Hey folks, Bruce Naylor here, and I'm answering your technology questions. And some of the questions I particularly enjoy is talking about audio and video gear. Now recently I got a question from a viewer of my video where I was talking about our Canon T6i. And the viewer is Reclampedia, who writes, "Hi there, Mr. Bruce. I wonder what camera did you record this video with? Might it be the Sony CyberShot DSC W530? And it looks fantastic, and I wonder about your lighting setup. Thank you." Well, thanks for your question. And I actually recorded that video on this. And this is the Sony AX53 4K consumer camcorder. And I want to say it is a consumer camcorder. It is the successor to the Sony AX53 and the little brother to the Sony AX100. This is a $900 4K camera that shoots in 4K at up to 30 frames a second. It also shoots in 1080p at up to 120 frames per second. And I believe this camera was particularly designed for that person to set in full auto and just do run and gun. But it can make an excellent all-around camera for things such as recording YouTube videos and even as a B camera as the situation calls for it. Of course, you can take photos with it. It can do time-lapse with it. It's got a lot of features. It does have some prosumer features to it, including a built-in headphone jack. You can actually plug headphones into it. It also allows some manual operation. Now, this camera can be operated in either shutter priority mode or aperture priority mode, but it does not offer full manual control. And that's one of the things about it. However, it does offer white balance compensation and exposure compensation in addition to, say, shooting in shutter or aperture priority mode. It comes with a ring on here that can be set to change the modes on the camera, and also you can use it for zoom and or manual focus. It also comes with a proprietary hot shoe, but it does have a 3.5mm audio input jack that allows you to use an external microphone. I happen to use this Opteka, I'm not sure how you pronounce it, but it does a reasonable job on audio. The downshots of this camera, or one of them, is that when you flip open the LCD screen on it, it turns on. And you may not want that to happen, but there is an off and on switch and you can turn it off that way. One of the most attractive features of this camera is its balanced optical steady shot, or BOS system. And very, very cool. It works really, really well. And this is designed to be a handheld camera. Of course, you can put it on a tripod. I actually mounted on a Manfrotto tripod, and especially for long videos, it's really, really amazing piece of hardware for that. Now, one of the features that Sony talks about is, and it's right here on the side, let me bring this up here for you, and it says, and I'll just go ahead and focus in on that, is it's got 30 times optical zoom. It's actually 20 times optical zoom. It's actually 20 times optical zoom, but they use a digital zoom after that called clear image, and it actually does a pretty good job. In my opinion, this is a good all-arounder camcorder. And it's certainly more than capable to do vlogging. Put it on a Joby pod, a Gorilla Pod, and you can use it definitely as a vlogging camera. You can use it to take stills. I do find the still photographs to be somewhat noisy on this camera, but not terribly bad. Use it for vlogging, use it for video production. It's lightweight. You get great battery life with it. Now, it does have a small sensor on it, it's a 1.5 sensor, but Sony improved the sensor on this camera by changing it to a 16.9 aspect ratio and made the pixels about 40% larger, or was it maybe 60% larger than the prior generation. So one of the questions is, how's it do in low light? It actually does pretty doggone well. This, I could not recommend this camera enough if you only need or only can afford one 4K camera for your YouTube videos or whatever you're going to use it for. I think this is really good value. That Balanced Optical Steady Shop does an amazing job, especially when you're using this camera handheld. So I highly recommend the Sony AX53. And one of my YouTube friends, Barnacles Nargasm, he's using one of these now as his primary camera on his channel. Okay, you want to know about my lighting setup? I don't have a very sophisticated lighting setup at all. What I actually have is 3 of these. These are the Neewer CN160 LED battery operated LED panels, and they mount to light stands. Mine are battery operated. Well, they actually are all battery operated, but it can accept, I think it's 6 AA batteries, or I actually got 4 of these batteries. These are the Maximum Power DB SON 550s, and these go into a charger that you can get. I got this from it's called Instant battery charger, and you can just plug these right in, charge it up, and then you've got battery power to operate these Neewers. Now these come with the diffuser, and they're extremely bright. I'm going to go ahead and fire this up for you, and you just see how bright they get. They get amazingly bright. They're dimmable. They're they're not badly made. They are plastic. Come with a couple different diffusers, a warm gel, and then you have this white diffuser panel that comes with it. The cool thing is they're only about 33 bucks for one of these, so use it for a while. If it breaks, just order another one. I've got 3 of those, and then I've got just a lamp here with daylight LED bulbs in it, and then some overheads as well with LED bulbs. That is the extent of my lighting setup, although I was thinking about getting maybe one of those Diva lights, one of those round jobs later down the road. I don't know yet, but yeah, so that's the camera that I use. And so I have the Canon T6i, and then I have the Sony AX53 that kind of goes with me when I take videos out on the road or out and about, and then the Canon stays here on a Joby Gorilla Pod, and that's what I'm talking to you on right now. All right, thanks so much. Thanks so much for your question, and always appreciate your comments and those likes down below. Bruce Naylor, I'll talk to you later.